You must have heard the saying, water is life. Do you know why this is so? What percent of the earth does water occupy? Water occupies close to 71% of the earth. It is present not only on the surface, but also under the ground. Another amazing fact about water is that it exists in all the three forms. Can you tell me where is water found in the liquid state? Water in the seas, oceans, rivers, and even in our water taps is all in the liquid state. Wait, if about 71% of the earth is water, why are people talking about water conservation? Why is there a shortage of water all around the world? Do you know why? About 97% of the water on the earth is salt water. It's saline in nature. The water in the seas and oceans, that is. It has a huge amount of salt dissolved in it. And the remaining 3% is fresh water. But wait, it doesn't end here. About 70% of the fresh water is frozen in the ice caps and glaciers. And most of the remaining 30% is present as soil moisture or lies deep underground and is not accessible for human use. Only about 1% of this fresh water is accessible for direct human uses. This is the water found in lakes, rivers, reservoirs, and those underground sources that are shallow enough to be tapped at an affordable cost. Even this 1% of fresh water is not available everywhere. It is unevenly distributed, and therefore there are some places which suffer from water shortage. Now do you understand why all world leaders are advocating water conservation? Good. So this was about water in the liquid state. Where is water found in the solid state on the earth? Yes, as we discussed, the frozen water in the ice caps and glaciers are examples of water in the solid state. Does water exist in the gaseous state? Yes, it does. The water vapor which rises to form clouds is all in the gaseous state. This too is a form of water. Water is a very important resource because it is the basic need of living organisms. What percent of water is present in the human body? Our body is made up of around 60% water. All metabolic processes of the body and even the cells require water. Without water, all organisms will suffer. Only abundance of water will ensure survival and diversity of living organisms. Now that you know how important water is and also how scarce it is, what happens when we dirty this water? Yes, that's water pollution, and it is a major problem in today's world. We are contaminating even the very little water we have left. And how is the water getting contaminated? Let's see if we too are contributing to this pollution of water. Water pollution can happen in two major ways: addition and removal. When we add undesirable substances into the water, it proves harmful to the living organisms living inside it as well as to us who drink this water. How do we end up adding these substances? When we spray excess pesticides and fertilizers in our farms, they dissolve in the water and find their way into the fresh water. We also let our sewage into lakes and the seas. In rural villages, people wash their cattle in the public pond. All these cause germs and chemicals to be added into the water. Sometimes industries use water as cooling agents, and this heated water is then let back into the water body. What do you think will be its impact? The sudden change of temperature will kill the aquatic animals that are not used to sudden temperature changes. What about removal? Sometimes we use oxygen from the water and also some nutrients and then send back the water devoid of major nutrients back into the water body. This makes the water polluted as well and unfit for the marine animals. Just imagine what would happen if we keep contaminating the water at this rate. It will lead to an acute shortage of fresh water. We will never realize when we have contaminated water to such an extent that life would be impossible.